Hi everyone, this is Shal from Stories and Supper. I'm a community volunteer and today I'm going to be showing you how to make cassava leaf stew, a traditional recipe all the way from Sierra Leone. It's from our book, Stories and Supper, More Than a Recipe book. Please check out the book if you haven't already done. Now, this is the favorite recipe of my dear friend Mohamed Alie, who is from Sierra Leone, who has fond memories of this dish. And as I walk you through how to prepare this really simple dish, you'll also hear bits from Mohamed Alie on why this dish is so close to his heart.
My name is Mohamed Alie Jallo. I came from Sierra Leone. I just want to answer a few questions about my recipe, cassava leaf stew. The first question: what is your first memory of eating cassava leaves? Well, I remember when my mom told me she started giving me cassava leaf when I was maybe 3, 4, and it started very well. And also when I was teenager or adult, at that time, maybe I'm going to 20 now or 21. Yeah, I start watching her cooking it. I start watching her preparing the sauce. So I fall for it, and I was so amazed, so pleased when my mom is cooking it. It was so nice.
So let's start with the ingredients that you will need to make this recipe. I've got frozen cassava leaves, peanut butter, black eyed beans, one large onion, some stock, and I'm using prawns instead of chicken legs, which are traditionally used in this recipe. I've got some cod. You can use any other fish which is similar in texture to cod. And I've also got some dried fish, which is optional in this recipe. Traditionally, you would use palm oil, but I'm going to be using good old olive oil. I have here 500 grams of frozen cassava leaves or ugu. You can find this in any specialist African food store or order it online. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in the oven to defrost, but you can defrost it in a microwave too. I've got my onion, which I'm going to chop into cubes, but that size is fine. I'm going to take my fish and make large chunks. I'm using 2 cod loin fillets. Need to use quite a meaty fish for this. And that's it. I've also got myself a dry fish here. This is salt fish, so I'm going to go easy on the salt when I get into the dish. In my excitement to make this dish, I completely forgot one of the ingredients, and that is hot pepper. I'm using Scotch bonnet, and I am going to chop that up. Normally, the recipe recommends 1 hot chili pepper. Now I like things quite spicy, so I am going 1 large and 1 sort of medium sized pepper. So there you go, that's ready and chopped now. There you have it, that's my stock, looking good. I've got my black eyed beans, my onions are chopped, I'm nearly ready to go. I throw the onions and the Scotch bonnet pepper into about a tablespoon of hot olive oil and I cook it for about a minute. So into the water that I put to a boil along with the onions and chili peppers, I'm going to add the black eyed beans. At this point, you can see that the water is boiling away, and I've added in just the salt fish into this, the dried fish that I'm using, along with the black-eyed beans, and it's got the onions and the hot pepper simmering away. So I'm now going to work on putting in my peanut butter. Okay, I've now got my peanut butter. I've got to add 250 grams of this into the boiling water. So that's my peanut butter that I'm adding into the boiling water, and I'm going to give that a really nice mix. So look at that lovely color. The color has started to change as I've added in the peanut butter paste, and it's now time for me to go in with my cassava leaves. Here they are, looking nice and fresh, although they are frozen, and I am going to chuck them into the stew. And I've left my cassava leaves to simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, and the idea is that they move from the bright green color to more of a dark green color, kind of like when you cook spinach. So I've just left this on a low heat, and I'm going to come back and check on it. It's been 20 minutes, so I'm now going to put in my fish into the dish. Look how nicely it's thickened up and boiled away. Watch how this is really thickened up and the leaves are turning the color that I want them to turn. I'm gonna give this another 5 minutes maybe, and that's when I'll go in with my fish and prawn. It's also time for the prawns to go in. Stirring the prawns and the fish through.
Also, why is this your favorite recipe? Like I said, it because it has all the nutrients in it, including much vitamins, and also it's easy to cook and also affordable. Cassava leaf, 90% of Sierra Leoneans eating it. It's a popular recipe in Sierra Leone. At that time when I was young, I didn't know anything, but when I was 2021, I started eating it properly. It was so nice. So I tried other recipes like stew, granite stew, potato leaves, okra, but I choose cassava leaf as my best because the reason I mentioned earlier, yeah, it has a lot of ingredients.
If I was making the chicken version, I would at this point put it in for another good 30-35 minutes. But fish and prawn, they cook super fast. So I'll give it about 10 minutes and then check on it.
Have you made it in London? Yeah, I've cooked it many times here in London because everything I needed is here, and also it is the same taste when I cook it here, no different. I also use the same ingredient I used to cook it back home. Nothing changed. The only thing, sometimes if you want urgent cassava leaves, you have to buy the frozen one. But even as that, if you patient and defrost it, you have, when you cook it, you have the same taste on it. Thank you guys. Bye.
So there we have it, fully cooked. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. The prawns have cooked through, the fish is all done. So now all that's left for me to do is to serve this. So I'm going to tuck into this now. It's time to put this to the test. I am a bit nervous, but let's give this a go. I hope I have done my friend Mohamed Alie proud. Okay. That is good. Now I know why you love this, Mohamed Alie. Amazing. Thank you. Recipe for life. I've had so much fun making this recipe today, probably having even more fun eating it. It's absolutely delicious. So big thanks to Mohamed Alie. I can see why you love this recipe, and I really hope those of you watching will try it for sure.